Well, some of us will have clinical procurement professionals working in our teams. We've got one in surgery who's a senior theatre nurse who's now working for us 3 days a week, and that builds that cohesion between clinical teams and procurement. But absolutely through non-paid programmes and sourcing initiatives, multidiscipline teams drives teamwork, and is a great way to drive a team approach across delivering care in the hospital.
And actually,
the
procurement profession needs to understand that our remit doesn't focus just on the supply market, just on the price conversation. It's about understanding the clinical implications of procurement decisions and really broadening their horizons, and actually coming to a conversation with the clinical team or clinical individual can be incredibly powerful if it's backed up by clear data and evidence that the procurement function have gained with the supply market or from colleagues outside the organisation, to bring that knowledge and evidence base to the clinical team that actually may support an alternative.
I think identifying a clinical champion, senior clinician within the trust is helpful, and that's certainly where I'm targeting my attention at the moment. But I think also with the Shelford Group we're trying to come up with a standardised model really, so that clinical engagement is looked at across the whole of Shelford rather than left down to individual trusts to interpret. So I think that'll be quite interesting.
I think the other thing as well, actually, this is essentially the difference between being a supplies department and a procurement department. The supplies department is a reactive department, just about providing the end user with a product. Procurement is about adding value, and the concept of category management, which is what best class organisations tend to sort of promote, is about having multidisciplinary teams, like Andy said, which, you know, with clinical representation, with finance representation, with, you know, any sort of engagement to ensure that it's not just procurement who are doing the project or delivering the project, but it's that team delivering the project to the organisation.